Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into our fearless beer review. We get into the vinyl stuff we picked up, stuff we've been listening to. Jeff's record store, Desert Grooves Records. Huge shout out.
Huge shout out.
And then we round it out with some new music and other happenings in the music world. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell your friends, share all the posts. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's all I have for the boring intro. So let's get right into the Fearless Beer Review. What do you got this week, Jeff? Go.
Somebody. No, just kidding. This Coachella IPA.
Again?
Last week I had the hazy, dude. Come on now. This is a West Coaster. Still can't even believe that. That was so good. That tickled my fancy. Yeah, I don't know. What is this? Mosaic, Centennial, Cashmere. Fucking, I don't really care. 6.8%. There's like 4 different of these in the fridge, so I'm just going to go through one every week. Last week was the hazy. Remember, it tasted a lot like orange.
Yes, I do remember that.
I don't think you do. But this one's just
I remember
West
everything.
Coast. So
I remember everything.
okay.
Yeah, I do. All right, so what I have here is a hazy IPA from Mission Brewing. This one is called Waves of Haze Hazy IPA. It's 6.2 ABV, and I don't know, cool simple can from San Diego. This brewery's from San Diego. Yeah, I guess the cross, the crucifix, whatever it is, goes hand in hand with the Mission Brewing, right? Makes sense. 19.2 fluid ounces, so this is a big boy right here. Let me get toasty. You hear the cat? You hear the cat meowing?
I was walking around.
Oh, you can see it. Oh, yeah, you.
It's leaving. It's leaving quick.
She just left. The dog's right here behind me too.
I just saw you got the format up there too. Look at that.
Oh yeah, I was listening to that. That was my closer last night or 2 nights ago when I was spinning.
That's a good closer.
That's a good closer. So I just didn't forget to put it away. So Mission Brewing, damn dude, I poured it and there's so much fucking head on this. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I poured mine. Remember last week too? I had a problem with this fucking thing.
You did, yeah.
Maybe it's just these cans. I don't know. To be fair, like friend of the pod, Sloan bought these cans in Coachella when he was not Coachella. That was just Indio City.
Yeah.
He bought these out there and then drove because they were warm out there, and then put them in his trunk and then drove home. It was like 4 hours in the trunk. So
trunk beers.
I don't know. Maybe that has trunk beers. That sounds good. Maybe that has something to do with the foaminess. I don't know.
Wasn't that
last week? It was foamy.
Wasn't that a thing? The trunk beers with Ryan. Weren't there? What was? Do you remember that now? I really inside joke thing here. But what? Do you remember him talking about trunk beers for a long time?
Vaguely. He always had a lot of shit. You have a lot of shit in your trunk too.
I do. Yeah, I've shit in my trunk from when I got my car in 2012. When I moved shit for my
gloves, Legos, fucking. You have so much not garbage. You just have a lot of stuff in your trunk. Stuff.
It's good to have like a couple baseball gloves and a baseball so you can play catch. If you're bored someday, play catch. I used to do that.
But it's just like, at what point do you stop just putting things in your car? Because maybe one day I'll use it.
Like when I was an EMT, where we'd be stationed, I'd bring the 2 gloves and a ball, and then we'd play catch when we had downtime and shit. We always had a basketball on us, so I always have a basketball in my trunk, just in case. You never know. So there you go. Let's move on. Let's move on. You ready to start drinking?
I am.
All right, here we go.
Bink. Ugh.
All right. So yours is a West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you clearly don't like it. What do you got on it? And then what do you rate it based off of our world famous 3-point rating system where 3 is a perfect beer, 2 is a good beer. You're going to continue to drink. 1 is a bad beer, but give it a shot, and 0 is a drain pour. Go.
It's not snot. It's not as dry and as aggressively West Coasty as I had thought it was going to be. Still a little citrusy, but maybe I'm in my own head now and I think these beers are bad, but this one's almost like nutty.
Oh, that sounds gross.
There's a weird aftertaste here that I don't know what it is, but it's not pleasant.
It's not good.
Yeah, like this is not a good beer. I don't think it's the beer's fault because it's like skunky. This is probably just not a good. It probably didn't deserve to be in a
Does it
car
have
for
a
4
does it have a
hours.
born on date or anything like that, or Best by date? Ooh,
No.
yeah, mine's my born on date is February 27th of this year, so it's a good, what is that, 5 months old?
Oh, it's not that bad though. 5 months.
5 months isn't bad, no, but
No, there's no date on here at all.
weird.
Yeah. No, this is not very good at all.
Well, that's Sloan
I don't
for
know
you,
if it's
buying weird beer.
I don't know if it's a drain pour, but might just might just stomach it down.
The nuttiness of it. So what do you give it, a 1 out of 3?
No, I'm like, this is why would you try this? These beers are gimmick. Like, look at this fucking thing, dude. It's got like the Coachella Ferris wheel on it, and
Oh yeah,
and like the little, what is that? Like I don't know. It looks like a sun kind of coming up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's goofy. It's a gimmick beer and it's silly, and
Gimmick beer.
I could see this being charged like $15 at Coachella, and everybody's smashing like 15 of these and going broke, and like it's just not good. So no, I wouldn't give it a 1. No, I'd give it like a sub 1. I don't think you should try this. I don't think you need to try this.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And I give Coachella Corporation more money, so whatever.
You kind of did already. We won't
They
get
gave
into that.
us money.
Oh yeah, that's true. They gave you money. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You gave them product.
I gave them product.
So anyway, this Waves of Haze hazy IPA. This is not very good. This is not very good at all. It says that it's fruit forward, tropical, and juicy. It's none of those things.
And juicy, so cheap and juicy.
It tastes old. It tastes old. It's pretty damn flat, and it's not good. It's really, really not good. I'll finish it because I don't want to waste it, but I will finish it. It's good enough to finish. Let's just say that. So it's not a drain pour. In the end, it's not very good. I've had beer from them before, and it's been pretty good, pretty decent. Some floaties in here, but that's a hazy for you. I'll give this a 0.75. This is a sub 1. You don't need to try this. There's no reason to try this. There really is not. I will never go back to it. I would never recommend it to anybody. 0.75 for me on this one.
I think anything below a 1 is inconsequential. Like, why even rate things that are below a 1?
That's true.
Like,
yeah. But see, it's not a
to 1. No, not even. Like 0.01 or whatever it is, all the way to 0.9999.
Mhm.
That's 1 rating, because if you give it a 1, that's something. But then if it's just the worst thing on earth, it deserves a 0. But anything between 0 and 1, it's just 1 rating.
Yeah. Okay.
But like a 0.75 is no different than a 0.1 or a 0.25
Well,
or 0.99.
it is. Well, it is. It is.
No.
Yeah, it is.
What's the
It is.
difference?
It's not a drain pour, and it's not something that I would say that you should try once. So it's somewhere in the middle. I'm giving it a 0.75. If it was a 0.5, then it would be worse than this.
But not all drain pours. Like sometimes you want to try a drain pour, like a shot of Malort. Like everyone should try a shot of Malort in their days.
Nasty. I'm probably
That's
gonna have some
fucking
more of that this
disgusting.
weekend too.
Why would you drink that more than one
'Cause
time in your life?
I'm going over to Kevin's house coming up this weekend, and somebody always tends to bring a bottle of Malort for some reason. I don't know why.
I think it's because like the more people that go to a party, there's always someone there who discovers Malort for the first time.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I should bring this to a party. That way everyone can try it. But then little do they know, everyone's already fucking tried that in their life at some point.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good.
I didn't
Right.
get a fucking invite to this party. What the hell's going on?
It's his wife. It's his wife Tio's birthday. It's her birthday party. So
Must have got lost in the mail.
must have got lost in the mail. Can you imagine if you would never, even if he did invite you, you would never drive out here to go to a party?
I think next year for the Rumble, I'm gonna have to make
Are
a
you?
surprise appearance
In January?
I love the Rumble.
Everybody loves the Rumble. The Rumble's the best. It's the best time of the year. Best day of the year.
That's the best get together I think that is had out there.
Yeah, and it's an event that we've not skipped since 2010. We've been doing it every single year since 2010. We watch the Rumble, have a giant party, get drunk, and have a good time watching the Rumble.
And gamble, baby.
Gamble, yeah. That's the best part.
Even though people cheat somehow.
Like, dude, every year without fail, either
Doesn't make
somebody's
no sense to me.
somebody's handwriting that you can't fucking read it. Ryan, his brother Mike, you can never read their fucking handwriting. The Religas. And then last year we changed it and we actually typed out the numbers, but for whatever reason somebody forgot to put like a line under the 9 or the 6. So then people were confused as to if it was like 19 or 16.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a mess every time. But anyway, man, we're really getting into the weeds and just going off. I think we're just not looking forward to the upcoming episode today. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, the episode sucks. This beer sucks.
Oh man, what a day. So let's move on from the Fearless Beer Review. Let's get into the vinyl stuff we picked up, stuff we've been listening to, and also your record store, Desert Grooves Records, out in Arizona. So what do you got, Jeff? Go.
So I kind of still been going through a lot of my collection, pulling out stuff that I don't really need and kind of getting rid of it, filtering it through the record store to give to the people that really want it. And this weekend was kind of like blue stuff and stuff that like maybe I don't need and maybe I don't really like that much. So it's not. So a couple of these I purged, one of these I kept. The first thing here was Creedence Live at Woodstock. This one just came out, I think like last year or maybe early this year. I think this record was last year. This came out.
It was when we first started collecting. This was like 2020.
What? No.
Yes, it did. It was like one of the early records we got. And I remember we got it off Amazon. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, you can look it up while I do this. Cause I got mine for free because they sent me one that was supposed to be sealed and it was fucking clearly opened, like all open. Shrink wrap was missing. And all I did was I was like, dude, this is not sealed. This is clearly open. Like, just keep it. Whatever. So anyway, I purged all of my Creedence except for this and Cosmos Factory. That's all I have left. And really, like space limitations, that's kind of all you need. Like when you want that Creedence itch, when you have it, really all you need is Cosmos and then this one. This is like a greatest hits, but it's live, so you get all these long instrumentals, right? Like Susie Q here is 11 minutes long.
That's long.
Like that's fucking amazing. And they don't do anything crazy. They don't go off the rails. It's just, because Creedence is like every one of their songs sounds the same. They do the same thing fucking over and over, but like it's all really, really good. And I'm fine with that.
But you purged all of it?
All of it except for this one and Cosmos.
Cosmo? I actually purged my Pendulum, so I did purge that one.
Good.
Even though it's a good record, I did purge it.
They're all good records.
They are. Well, except for Mardi Gras. That record sucks. Shut up, it sucks. So this Woodstock vinyl that came out in 2019, but pretty sure we bought it in 2020 when we started collecting. So
we definitely didn't buy it in 2019.
No.
I thought we bought it last year.
Nope.
What do I know?
It was early on.
Guess not.
Early on.
Guess not.
All right. So what else you got?
I guess I'll go through all the blue stuff first because that would make more sense than how I listed it on the playlist. One that I did get rid of that I am purging is Cream. Cream's first record, Cream's Cream.
It's fresh Cream record, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's solid, but
so for pooping,
it's not great. It's not. I don't throw this on. If I want to get into I purged a lot of kind of the psychedelic blues rock of this era too, like my Jefferson's Airplane I purged.
Well, that makes sense.
All my Hendrix except for the first Hendrix I purged.
Okay.
It's just it's fine. It's really good, but not every song on here to me is like an absolute banger. And that's really what it comes down to is every one of these songs an absolute banger. If not, then you're just taking up room. And I'm listening to this for 2 songs. And that's really what it was. Because I was listening to this record for 2 songs. And they're good. They're great. But I want to keep it.
Wait, there was a delay there. So.
Oh.
I bet you saw that. I bet you saw that delay.
I don't ever have the fucking thing open.
Okay, well, there was.
Stare at our faces for fucking 3 hours a day, so.
All right.
Dude, I'm just not going to finish. This is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, my beer is really, really not good either. But
I don't care. It's fucking nasty.
It's okay. So you got rid of your Cream. Whatever. That's fine. I think it's a little bit silly, but okay. Do whatever you
every
want.
song on there isn't an absolute banger, then you're just listening to the record because of some nostalgia, or you're listening to it for like one or two songs. And now that I have space limitations, it's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go.
All right. So then what else you got?
This one I listened to twice because I was like, do I really, really need this one? And ultimately, I don't need it. But that's Fleetwood Mac's second record, Mr. Wonderful.
I can't. I'm shocked.
It's just really, I'm holding out for two things. So, like, at one point, I had every Fleetwood Mac record except for their first one, all the way until Tusk. And then I got rid of everything. And then I got rid of everything again on the Big Purge. So now all I have is the Live Rumors, because if I want to listen to Rumors, I'm just going to listen to the Live Rumors. It's fucking same thing, just a little bit better. I have Live Rumors. I had Mr. Wonderful, then Play On, of course. That's my fucking favorite Fleetwood Mac record. And then I have this live record they did when they were touring through the U.S. They stopped in Chicago and cut like a double LP with like a bunch of Chicago blues musicians. So if I want like good bluesy jammy Fleetwood Mac, I'm just gonna throw that on. The only thing else that I would really probably keep, there's a live, I think it's live at the BBC. It was only pressed once. It was a Japanese press, double LP, and it's this full double LP length live thing they did at the BBC from like the Peter Green era. So it was like 68 or 69, but that one's like $300-$500. But that's what I'm holding out for. And once I get that, then I'm pretty good on Fleetwood Mac.
Okay. All right.
Like I'm good.
Yeah, I have what I want from Fleetwood Mac now. I have Rumors, I have the first record, the self-titled, and I have Them Play On. That's all I need. That's all anybody should need, honestly. That's all you need. Come on, my guy. What are you eating? What are you doing?
I was getting a lime out.
Oh, I thought that was like a celery stick or something. Are you really gonna chew? Are you really gonna chew on like the loudest kind of food ever while we're potting? But okay, all right. So what else you got?
Because I forgot another glass, so I had to shove my lime into fucking there. And I don't like shoving limes into the cans because the edge of the can like tears the lime like that, tears the pith.
Yes.
The pith.
The pith?
Tears the pith off into the lime and then gets into the beer. So when I drink the beer, I taste lime, but I also taste the pith. So it's a lot of those things I don't really want to taste in my beer.
Pith?
But anyway.
Is that really a word?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's okay. All right.
What
else we got here? Oh, Herbie Hancock. The Herbie Hancock.
Yes.
Yeah, so his record, the record he did right before Headhunters, called Sextant, and this is 72, 73 era Herbie Hancock, and this is my favorite. I haven't listened to every Herbie Hancock record, nor do I probably ever will, because there's a lot of them, and this is his 11th already, so I'm just never going to get into all of it. But this is the era that he did that was kind of like that jazz fusion, a lot of funk in here, a lot of rock. So like coming off the tails of like Bitches Brew, and everyone's like, holy shit, I want to do that. And then like, this is him honestly doing it as good, if not better than Bitches Brew. Like this record is unreal.
I would agree. In some cases it's, I think it's more, at moments it's more ambitious than Bitches Brew. That's for sure. And it's definitely up there as one of the greats.
Bizarre sometimes.
Yeah. I think I would put it up there as one of the greats. Especially in jazz fusion, but I think in jazz altogether, I think it's definitely one of the greats. Fantastic record. I have it on vinyls too. So, but good stuff.
I actually got this copy from David, the other guy that owns the record store.
David.
He actually gave this to me for free. Yeah. So
okay.
That's interesting. I don't know.
I got mine for pretty cheap at White Rabbit. It's a pretty clean copy too.
Wow, we actually have a quad copy in the store right now.
You gonna take that home?
No, I have a really, really, really clean copy already. So the quad copy, I don't know. I'd rather just sell it.
Yeah, I agree.
Make that money.
I agree. Very cool.
But yeah. Anyway, so that leads to the last thing here, and I'm still in this massive Beach Boy kick. And every week now I've been taking, because one of the people, actually the guy that gave me the shirt, he gives me CDs to listen to and because he loves CDs now, he's a diehard CD guy. He was a vinyl guy, now he's a CD guy. But he gives me these
So
CDs. I mean, he's into it, dude. And like a lot of these CDs, they sound really, really, really good for like a fraction of the price. So I get why people who just want to listen to good music are leaning more towards like CDs because it's so much cheaper.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's giving me a lot of these Beach Boys CDs, and so I'm listening to them every week and kind of getting into these albums that I like, but I never heard like outtakes. And like the past couple of weeks have been Smiley Smile, and before that it was a couple other Beach Boys records. But this past week has been Wild Honey, and this is kind of like the Beach Boys doing kind of like R&B stuff. This came out right after Smiley Smile, so it's a lot of the same type of songs. But the one song that I think is really, really fucking good is Darlin'. This is really their most like R&B influenced kind of song, and not like R&B that we think of like Motown is per se, but just like rhythm and blues in general. Just like not a very specific sound. It's just them doing something very different. And the production on this is absolutely fucking wild. Spotify really does not bring out the best qualities of these songs because
so you can hear a big difference in these CDs and streaming. So you would agree with
sure
with these Beach Boys guys, these diehards.
And he has like there's like SA CDs and there's all these like different forms of CDs, like MoFi CDs that he has. And he keeps telling me to come over to his house because he has like a chair set up in the middle of his room with 4 speakers. God. And he says this chair is like perfectly placed in the room to like get the full effect of all speakers simultaneously. And he claims that the listening experience is unreal. And he's had another person that we know, one of our other friends of the record store, he's gone to his house and listened to his stuff before. And he's like, oh yeah, dude, it's fucking amazing.
That's
so now I'm really, really curious. But just on this song alone, like there's so much texture. And like, this is Brian Wilson at his fucking peak, at his masterpiece peak. Like it's unreal. So I can definitely hear things on the CD, and the CD that he gave me aren't even like the best quality top fucking remastered CDs. They're just good ones. And I can hear differences in versus the Spotify versions. The song that I chose is interesting too, because Brian Wilson had written it for this guy named Danny Hutton, no relation, but Danny Hutton was part of Three Dog Night, and they were called something different before Three Dog Night. They were called like fucking, I don't know, who cares what they were called. But Brian Wilson had written it for Three Dog Night before Three Dog Night was Three Dog Night. And they were just kind of like, we'll pass on it. Or no, he didn't pass, but Brian Wilson wanted it back. And so they took it back, put it when the Beach Boys did their own label, Brothers Records, they released it through Wild Honey, and it became a big success. And Brian Wilson really helped Three Dog Night become Three Dog Night. And like, as we know, Three Dog Night went on to be like massively fucking popular and sold millions of albums. Not because of Brian Wilson, but like because of Brian Wilson.
Yeah. There's a big reason for it.
So that's kind of cool.
Okay. Very cool.
But yeah, this record's fucking amazing. Wild Honey's so good. So good.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I heard a lot of, I mean, I know this is back in the 60s when this was made, but I heard so much like 80s sounds in this one. Like a lot of the texture, not textures, I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe the melodies were very 80s-esque of like pop 80s music, 80s pop music. That's what I get. But anyway.
That's telling of how influential the Beach Boys were, like surreptitiously influential. Like people don't realize how influential the Beach Boys were, especially like that run of Pet Sounds to Surf's Up, right? Mm-hmm. That's like 4, 5, 6 albums that they did. And I think, but like when you hear Beach Boys, you think either Pet Sounds or you just think like Surfing USA. You think like that era of the Beach Boys, which is just like, it's fine. It served a purpose. It was cute. But once Brian stopped touring, once Brian was like, you know what, guys, I'm done touring. I'm just going to focus on writing. You guys tour without me. That's when the Beach Boys hit their stride. Pretty much when Brian like decided to be the band.
Yeah.
That's when the Beach Boys really came out.
That's funny.
Damn, it's so good. So good.
I guess I read too recently that Brian Wilson's like in hospice and shit like that. Like he's just all kinds of fucked up and like about to die now. Sad stuff.
There was that documentary that came out with Disney Plus, like, I don't know,
like a month ago, right?
I want to say a month ago, but like now, judging by the CCR record, it could have been a year ago. Who fucking knows? But it had the surviving members of and also Darlin is the lead singer is Carl on that one. I love Carl's voice. Carl also did God Only Knows So I like his voice. Smoking really hurt him later on in life. Got a little more raspy, a little grosser. But I really like Carl's voice. Anyway, the documentary shows the surviving members of the Beach Boys meeting up on the beach where they first shot that picture of Surfing USA. We're on the van and everything. Same beach. I think it's in Malibu. And they, Brian looks like, honestly, Brian looks like Weekend at Bernie's. Like he's already fucking dead. Like straight up, he looks like he's dead.
That's so sad. So sad.
Yeah. But like, dude, an illustrious career.
Oh,
and like,
yeah,
he's
absolutely.
lucky to be alive with drugs and mental breakdowns. Like, people don't survive that the way he has survived that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I read too. Fuck, who was I reading about? It was one of the Beach Boys. I wish I remembered who it was, but he was friends with Charles Manson and shit, and he wrote songs with him. Which Beach Boy?
Dennis. That was the drummer, the brother that drowned.
Yeah, he drowned off of
He was homies with Charles Manson, and then he brought him to the recording studio one day to help cut some tracks. And Brian pretty much has said like, yeah, I took one look at him, talked to him for about 20 seconds, and was like, nah, dude, don't ever bring this guy here again. But that was way before Manson was Manson. That was just like Laurel Canyon weirdos being fucking Laurel Canyon weirdos.
Yeah. And I read too that he would let like some of the Manson family stay at his house, and they just ripped him off. They just stole everything, stole his cars, stole just fucking literally everything. He lost like millions of dollars in just possessions. Yeah, and then he what is it? He dived off the boat. When he died off the boat, going after like somebody had dropped, like his wife or something had dropped in the water. And it's weird
because
I don't know.
Because Dennis was the only one that surfed. Like nobody in that band surfed except for Dennis. And he didn't just surf. Like he surfed a lot. Like he was always out there. And even in between like studio time, he would go out and surf. And when they were on tour, wherever country they're at, if there was a beach, he'd go surf. So the dude like knew his way around the ocean. But like drugs and alcohol, dude, that'll do it for you. So like really, he probably drowned because he was fucked up and like didn't realize and probably swallowed a bunch of water and died.
Yeah, probably.
Tragic.
Yeah, I think he was like 35 or something like that, 34.
Super young.
Yeah.
Only released one full record. I think the second one was released either after he died or right about when he died. I don't remember. Okay. But he had a bunch of stuff that wasn't released. And even in the documentary, I think Brian had said that he still to this day never listened to Dennis Wilson's first solo record because he says it hurts too much. And I was like, I don't know, man. That is kind of sad.
It is sad, but I mean,
Beach Boys like saga is kind of sad. Like their dad was a fucking asshole and took advantage of them. And was horrible. And
I've never taken a deep dive, but you know, who knows? We'll probably
you just wait, baby. You just wait.
We'll probably do it sometime soon after 90
coming up soon.
All right, so that's all you got, right?
That's it.
All right. So I got two things here, and also if you want to listen to some songs from the albums that we're talking about, there's a playlist in the description of this episode. So go listen along. It's on Spotify. So the first thing I have here is from Team Sleep. So this is your boy Chino Moreno.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
This is one of his side projects. The album is the self-titled record. Came out in 2005. Features Chino on vocals and guitar, and most notably also Zach Hill from Hella, just a crazy fucking drummer. But it's more of like an electronic based kind of experimental kind of record. I really like it. I've always really liked it. I actually saw Team Sleep once. They opened up for Sonny Moore before Sonny Moore was Skrillex, when he was like doing this like pop electronic stuff. Like he put out like a really weird solo record before he was Skrillex. And saw him at Glass House. They opened up for him at Glass House, and that was a cool show. It was weird, but it was cool. Really, really cool. Barely even sold out. It wasn't even sold out. The show wasn't.
I was gonna say barely even sold out. I'd be fucking surprised if it was sold out.
It didn't even sell out because at that point Sonny wasn't even. He had left from first to last. He hadn't blown up as Skrillex yet, so he was. I remember I saw him at House of Blues as well, and it was House of Blues in Anaheim, and that was probably half full. So like nobody showed up, but. Whatever. This Team Sleep got this one. It was pressed for the first time for Record Store Day. Didn't get that one, but I got the repress of it that came out last month, I believe. And that's what this is. And I dig it. It's a great fucking record. I know you hate it. You absolutely hate it.
Yeah, dude, this is not good. This is not good.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. So I put the song King
It's like
Diamond
It's even more of all the worster parts of Deftones.
So I put my favorite song on the playlist, and it's King Diamond. That's my favorite song. So there you go. I knew you would hate it, but I don't care. I enjoy it, and my Deftones and family is almost complete. I just need one more record, and I'm done. I've got everything. So I'm excited about that.
What's the record?
It's the first Crosses record that goes for like $100. So that's the only thing I need. I have all the Deftones records. I have the Palms record. I have this one now, and I just need that Crosses one, that first Crosses. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, something.
And then this next thing I have here, the second thing, last thing, it's from another band that you love very dearly, and that's Mindless Self-Indulgence. Got their first record, Tight, or this is kind of the reissue, the Tighter. So it has B-sides from the first record. And this is my favorite Mindless Self-Indulgence record. I don't care. The song I put on here is a Method Man cover, Bring the Pain. And this was actually the first MSI song I ever heard. And this is what made me just fucking love this band. I still to this day love this band. I don't give a fuck. I will listen to them and enjoy every moment of it.
That's good.
They're just pure fun. And I know you had a lot of negative things to say about them on the pod, but whatever.
The song was enjoyable.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Ay.
I would never listen to the song again for the rest of my life, but I enjoyed my 3 minutes with it, or how fucking long it was.
Oh man. So yeah, now I'm just waiting for a repress of their crowd-funded record, because they only pressed I think 300 of that when they did the crowdfund for it, and it's like $300 or $400 for that damn record. So definitely not going to buy that OG. So anyway, that's all I got. So let's move on to some new music, other happenings in the music world that sound good.
Sounds good.
All right, if you want to listen,
you asked me.
If you want to listen to, I'm just trying. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Just trying to keep you involved. Trying to keep you involved.
Okay. All right.
So if you want to listen to some of these songs, or if you want to listen to these songs that we talk about, you could also listen to it in the same playlist. But a new album that came out this week is it's an album called For the Right Reasons by an artist called Chad K, otherwise known as Chad Kultgen. So he's a writer. He's part of a very popular podcast called Dudesy, which we reference constantly on this podcast. And this is an album a country album that he made using AI only. So the vocals, everything you hear, except he wrote the lyrics, but everything else is all AI. And goddamn, dude, like half of these songs, going through them, it sounds like a real person it sounds like a real song. It's crazy. It's crazy how like spot on he got this. And I played one song, and Tammy was next to me, and she's like, "What are you listening to? It sounds like something your sister would listen to. This is exactly what, whenever we go and swim at their house, at their pool, this is what we listen to." And I said, "This is not even a real person. This is all AI." And she was blown away too. It's fucking crazy how like spot on he got these songs.
So I don't listen to it, but he played a country song on Dudesy a couple episodes back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that song on there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it sounded.
That was a cool song. Like it was a cool song. Like now I know that it supposedly was AI, but I was like, damn, that's a pretty good song. Like I don't know. It sounds like everything else I fucking hear coming from the Stagecoach Festival, but so, I don't know. That was cool.
And I guess all the lyrics are all in reference to The Bachelor, because he's a big fan of The Bachelor, that TV show. So everything's referenced to it. So when you kind of sit down and listen to the lyrics, you hear what he's talking about. Like it's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking dumb. But I would love for this album to blow up and get super popular, just as kind of like just showing that genre sucks. Just sucks. It's the worst. So
yeah, I don't know. There was a whole because that I think that same episode, the episode after, there's a whole fight that Will and Chad had about like art, and then why is AI? Because I think Chad had written a song or something like that, but he didn't. He had the tune in his head, but he just kept like clicking or telling AI what the tune was or something like that. And Will's like, "Well, that's not real art." And then Chad was like, well, like what's the difference between that and like a filter, like a picture? You take a picture and put a filter on it. Is that real art? And like this, everything's getting so like meshed together that I don't even know either. It's not that I don't like it, because if an AI made a song that was good, I'd still fucking listen to it.
Yeah, I would too.
I don't even care who wrote it. Doesn't matter.
You could still enjoy it. Yeah, it's weird. You could still enjoy it, but I mean, in the end, like with you and I, we listen to a lot of music because we like seeing these bands live, or like we know, like there's like almost a certain personality to songs when it's a certain band. Like you just associate the songs with the band and this kind of lore that you've created in your head, and this imagery that I feel is a little bit lost with AI. But then also it's, I don't know, I was going to bring up Gorillaz. Gorillaz is kind of like the OG kind of big art project that was fake, essentially. You know?
Yeah.
So.
And he kept bringing up the point of like DJs, right? Like EDM. Like why is that okay? Why is that totally fine and accepted? But AI music is just, it's terrifying to the world.
I know.
And like Chad both just pushing buttons.
Yeah. Chad had a lot of good points in that argument too. So
he did.
Don't always agree with it, but he had some good points there. Anyway, so let's move on to some new songs. We didn't talk about this one last week. I actually totally forgot to look at my notes, but Modern Literature, our boys in Modern Literature, they put out a new song called Bootlicker. Well, it's been out for a while, but it's finally on streaming services, so on Spotify, Apple Music, things like that. It's called Bootlicker. It's a killer song. Our boy Skip, dude, his bass is fucking loud in this song. I mean, he really shines, and honestly, everybody shines in this song. This is like one of the, if not the best song they've put out up to this point that I've heard. So
yeah,
this is a good song. This is a really, really good song. So go check it out. Go stream it on the Spotify's and Apple Music. Throw them a couple bucks on Bandcamp. Buy the song. So hopefully we'll get a full length soon. So just wanted to shout them out for that.
Huge shout out.
My boys in Atreyu, they put out a new cover song for the song Like a Stone from Audioslave. And damn, dude, why are they still a band? I just don't know why Atreyu is still a band. And I only talk about them because it makes me mad. What'd you think of this cover?
This should make you mad because one, what really hurt me about this one is I was really waiting for like, let's go, and then and like to really change it up and become Atreyu, the Atreyu that I know and love, rather than just be this fucking stupid vocal performance. And it's like, dude, Cornell didn't need all these filters. He didn't need this massive like echo and reverb on his voice to sound fucking amazing. Like, yeah, you sound a lot like him and you sound like a great singer, but your voice is going through so many filters. It sounds stupid. It sounds disingenuous and garbage. And like Cornell had a fucking group of musicians around him to prop him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like just Tom Morello's little guitar parts. Ding, ding, right?
So simple.
Like all the things were really simple, but really cool. This was like completely void of any kind of soul. This was soulless and gross.
Yeah.
This was pathetic.
Did not enjoy it. So they're putting out another like stripped down covers EP or something in the next few weeks or a month or something like that. So, I mean, obviously I'll listen because I'm a chump, but I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not going to enjoy myself when I listen.
Nobody would enjoy this. Nobody should enjoy this, at least.
Oh man. What this band, man. And the crazy thing is they're still very popular in the music scene because they're playing to a demographic of people that just like choruses, that don't like songs. They like catchy hooks and catchy choruses in like 20-second like spurts. It's just, I mean, it's great that they're making money and all that shit, but damn, dude, their albums and songs, the last 3 albums have just been awful. Just absolutely awful. So,
I mean, like the people you were referencing, the people that like 20-second choruses and 20-second clips and hooks it's like the TikTok generation, right? The Instagram generation. You get 20 seconds of a good song and now all of a sudden you're making millions.
Yeah.
At least you got millions of views.
Which, you know, it's 15 minutes of fame, you know, that's what it is. But even shorter than that. I don't know, whatever. Stupid. So next song comes from Jane's Addiction. They put out a new song called Imminent Redemption. This is the first song with the OG lineup, the original lineup in 34 years. It was cool. It was cool.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's pretty much what I expected from like I don't know, 30 years ago band.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It really wasn't bad at all. But
I will say it didn't sound like old guys recapturing their youth.
true.
It sounded like old guys kind of just being old guys who used to not be old guys, which is fine.
This is a good progression for the band, for them being as old as they are. There's still a lot of energy there. Like there's still some cool moments on this song, and the energy is all there. But I mean, honestly, with the band's history, they're not going to make a fucking full length record altogether. All four of them.
Nah.
Eric Avery, he just doesn't care about the band enough to ever want to stick around for long enough to make a record. So, whatever. Who cares? So what? Who cares?
I mean, if we get a new Jane's record and all we're missing is him, then I'll live.
All right. So the last thing here is this singer songwriter Amy Shark put out a new song called "My Only Friend," and it features our boy Tom DeLonge, the third feature he's ever done ever. And fun note: Amy Shark is the only one to have every member of Blink-182 on one of her songs.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
yeah, because she's had Travis on a song, she's had Mark on a song, and now Tom. And since
I didn't know
Tom's
who the
only
fuck
done,
she was, I had to do like a lot of serious digging to see who the fuck she even was.
she's an Australian singer, a musician, and she's been friends with them for many years, and she was one of the first artists to jump onto the Mod Life, which was Tom's like website back in 2006 2007, where it's essentially like pay-per-view, or was like it was a subscription service, a very early subscription service, which essentially everything is now, but he was kind of in the forefront of it. And yeah, so she was one of the early people on Mod Life, with like Kanye was on there, Korn was on there, Jack White, all Jack White's bands. There were a lot of people on Mod Life doing the whole subscription thing, like $5 a month, and you get exclusive videos, music, things like that. So, but yeah, so she was on there from the very beginning, but apparently she's known him for a long time. So there you go. But even still, I don't think her music is that great. I don't know why they like her so much. I don't get it.
She's the most. That's crazy, because she's the most annoying part of that record or that song.
Yeah.
And that features annoying singer, and her voice is fucking obnoxious. I don't even care. It's obnoxious, and I did not like that song at all.
Yeah, and friend of the pod, Skip, he said that it sounds like John Feldman produced it. Like it sounds like a Feldy song with Tom. And I kind of agree with him on that. So there you go. Amy Shark, Tom DeLonge, My Only Friend. Go check it out. Go listen to it. So
don't listen to it.
The last thing here is from your boys in Goldfinger and Less Than Jake. They put out a new song together, collab. Your boys, especially Less Than Jake. Those are definitely your boys. The song is called I Had Some Help. And this song sucks, man. This song fucking sucked. It's like, yeah, it's like a pop punk kind of song, but it's like country music too. Like the melody is very pop country, contemporary country. It's bad, dude. It is bad.
It definitely
it sucks. Just say it sucks.
I mean, for sure it sucks. This is absolute garbage. But it's like they both went into the studio to make the songs. If we could like whittle our entire catalog down to one specific sound, like what do people think we sound like? Goldfinger, go. That's what Goldfinger's part sounds like. And Less Than Jake, go. That's exactly what Less Than Jake's part sounds like. They're so fucking boring. And they really does sound like something like One Direction would do. This is fucking dumb.
Yeah. Terrible.
It's not good anything. It's not good anything. And like, to be fair, I only like 2 records by Less Than Jake. I just like Hello Rockview and Losing Streak. That is it.
I'm kidding.
Songs here and there are fun and cool, and they do covers a lot. So those are fun, but I only like those 2 records. I've never seen Less Than Jake live. I've never paid to go see them. If they happen to be at a spot, which they might be at a spot where we're going to go, then I will watch them. But that's as far as I go. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I get it. I agree with you.
I would only buy their vinyls from a used store, so they're not getting into that money.
If it walks into your store, of course you're gonna snatch one up.
I've already got one of them, but I'm gonna scoop it up.
All right, so go check it out, and that's it. That's all we have for this episode.
That's all.
Go listen to the main episode where we get into Stone Temple Pilots. We're getting into 90s season on the pod. So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell all your friends, share all the posts. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, and that's it. That's all.
Skip